Hi guys, Dr. YouTube here about Muslims and check it out.
The attorney referenced a certain presidential candidate.
We're seeing a lot of infringements upon rights that are important to all of us. By this I mean we're talking about political candidates that could very likely be our next president who are saying things like we should register all Muslims and that mosques should be investigated and looked into, or that the families of terrorists should be killed without due process.
Killed? I think he was talking about...
Whose platform is that on?
Right? Who was he referencing? Huckabee, right?
Did he say killed?
Yeah. Killed, he did.
Without due
Killed.
process.
Bernie
Sanders.
Okay, look, on Thursday, U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch vowed to prosecute anti-Muslim rhetoric that, quote, edges toward violence. She made the comments at Muslim Advocates' 10th anniversary dinner.
She's a Muslim too.
Here in the U.S.,
We need to take out all the Muslims.
Anti-Muslim rhetoric. The fear that you have just mentioned is, in fact, my greatest fear as a prosecutor, as someone who is sworn to the protection of all of the American people.
But you're only talking about the Muslims, huh, you stupid bitch?
Violence. My message to not just the Muslim community, but the entire American community is we cannot give in to the fear that these backlashes are really based on.
Okay, Tom, let's go to you here.
Okay,
She says she wants to do something about speech that leads to acts of violence. So what's she talking about? Speech and that leads to someone else's violence?
I think she's just talking about like hate speech. That's what I kind of construed from that.
Yeah.
Like basically when people just kind of spew hatred out at a certain religion, or which first of all, I mean, isn't that just kind of everywhere right now? Like when you go on YouTube right now, there's anything you put on YouTube, there's just hate spewed immediately. Like you can put like puppies with a baby, and people are like, "Oh, you're a whore." So I think it's hard to. First of all, I think it's hard to monitor that. Like you're basically saying, like I can understand being like, "Oh, I want to go kill someone who's a Muslim," like something like that. But if people just kind of are like angry and saying, "I don't like them," I don't know. How can you really monitor that?
That's what I'm wondering. How, Gavin, what are her plans? And do you wait till the violence happens and then trace it back to the speech, or do you stop it before the violence happens?
She has no plans. It's just vacuum vapors coming out of her mouth because it sounds good. But this whole idea of backlashes, first of all, they don't exist. Secondly, we're in a universe where we're at war with a group of people. They just attack us, and our first priority is not hurting their feelings. I know internment camps were a bit rich, and I don't know what he's talking about, that lawyer with kill them without due process. Why don't you even kill them with due process? Let's bring the pendulum a little farther back to when we're at war with extremist Islam, we're not worried about anyone's feelings, especially Muslims.
Joanne, jumping in here, is this the time to be talking about backlashes when we're, we're a few days away from an attack?
Yeah, no, definitely. It comes down to priorities. She even said to children, to Muslim children in schools, if you are being bullied, report those bullies to the feds. Yeah, the feds are a little busy right now. Now's not the time for, if your feelings are hurt, to...
Hear that, guys?
No, there is a difference between speech and
fucking
actual
crybabies.
violence. And we need to make sure that we are monitoring the violence that might actually happen, the real threat.
Hear that?
And that is with terrorists and not just, I don't know, aggressive speech.
Stick to the real thing. All right, Lisa, I'm going to bring you in first on this story, but let's move on, okay?
Yeah.
Politics. Finally, someone is asking Trump the tough questions. At a rally in Virginia this week, the GOP frontrunner was mercilessly grilled by an unlikely suspect.
This is such a great question. Ready? Are you ready?
What are the walls going to be made of? Hello? What are the walls going to be made out of?
That might be the best question I get tonight.
That was both delightful and delightful. Some people thought it was creepy, but I said it was double delightful. But that boy was not prepared for Trump's response. What will the wall be made of?
I'll tell you what it's going to be made of. Our people's heads. Or other people's heads. Thank you very much. So nice.
That doesn't sound very durable.
I'm
Big change over time.
glad he moved to other people's heads.
Yeah.
It's not just our heads, it's other people's heads. That's good. Elsewhere on the campaign trail, Hillary Clinton faced a slightly tougher question A woman brought up the ghosts of Bill Clinton's past.
You recently came out to say that all rape victims should be believed, but would you say that about Jonita Broderick, Kathleen Wiley, and or Paula Jones? Should we believe them as well?
Well, I would say that everybody should be believed at first until they are
Here-
disbelieved based on evidence.
See, she's a witch.
Wow, Lisa, I think that was a pretty good feigning of acting as if you weren't ready for that question, then come up with that. So it was obviously a very scripted answer. Do you agree?
Yes, but Republicans, if you're going to plant someone, teach them how to say Juanita, not Juanita or whatever she says.
It's the English translation.
And also, doesn't Juanita is kind of a normal first name now. I mean,
Yes.
it's not.
So that's it? She's down the tube because she didn't get it right? She had her one shot?
No, I'm just saying that, I mean, it looks pretty silly that she did that. But also, there's so many ways that we can beat Hillary, you know, in the election. I don't think that we necessarily need to.
Interesting. You don't want to go back there.
I don't think we need to.
Don't need
because
to.
all it does is remind people that, you know, she could be a victim. And we don't need to play this phony war on women.
I see.
Nah,
Interesting.
phony war. See, she even knows.
I'm thinking Bill Clinton couldn't make it in today's climate. You know, it's a much different world, isn't it? Do you think Bill Clinton in this day, they just took down Bill Cosby? They never thought that would happen. Bill Clinton would not survive in the feminist world of today, yes or no?
No.
I think he would. Are you saying, you mean with all the scandals
The
that happened?
scandals would bring him down.
I don't think there were as many. Like Bill Cosby, what is the figure up to now? Like a million?
Yeah, he's up there.
So, but I feel like people started to, I think it's everyone in the world. But the thing is, I feel like with Bill Cosby, I don't think people even really started to listen or care when it got to until it got to about 30.
Yeah.
So with Bill Clinton, how many were there? The only one I really knew about that he sexually assaulted maybe was Paula Jones. I did the other two that.
Those names are new to you.
Those are new to me. The big ones I remember were Jennifer Flowers, and then something like
Kathleen.
Lewinsky or something I think was in there. But those were consensual. But the Paula Jones one was the only one that I ever heard of was maybe like an assault. I never heard of the other. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I feel like this is gonna sound horrible, but I think he would survive because I think like 1, 2, or 3 people will kind of like give you the benefit of the doubt. Like Michael Jackson, it was like 2. Like, all right.
His numbers, it may be.
I think
It was the sheer numbers that took down Cosby, right?
because Cosby got to be ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, when it got to be like 40, people were like, yeah, all right. And then when Cosby finally like said he did it, people were like, he probably did it.
Right.
But what do you mean by take down Cosby?
Well, I'm saying, you're saying they shouldn't harp on this now. What do you think, Gavin?
I'm going to steal Lisa's response. By harping on Bill Clinton, what you're saying is, we don't have anything with you with Benghazi. We don't have anything with you with your horrible foreign policy. We don't have anything with you with your intense
We gotta pick on your
corruption.
husband. That's
And
wrong.
total ineptitude. It seems like
There's
all
enough
the
on her, guys.
accomplishments have been failure. We don't want to go near that. We're going to go that your husband farted 3 years ago.
Okay, quickly, Joanne, should they bring it up or not?
Sure. It's entertaining.
Okay, yeah, I say go for it, and because people like Tom McCaffrey don't even know how many there are, so they got to bring it out there. Okay, coming up, time for the showers, boys. Locker room talk is next.
All right, guys. Politics.